another Funded Trader interview. We are back with Mutaib, who we've previously had on the YouTube channel before. So welcome, Mutaib. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, good to speak to you.
So we've done an interview already. About a month ago is when you got your funded account. You were pretty much the second funded trader on the platform, and you've now made our second withdrawal. Pretty a much larger withdrawal than the first one, which is exciting. So definitely good to have you here to catch up again with everything. And yeah, let's pretty much get into it. We've got a line of questions here that we want to go through to touch on your experiences thus far. We were just discussing the transfer method that you chose for the payout is TransferWise. Unfortunately, it has taken at this point, what, like 5 to 7 days to actually confirm?
Yeah, it took a few days because I'm in Dubai, so our weekends are different, and then it's a national holiday for a day as well. And then the banks take, and my experience from previous transfers I've done internationally, even using Wise actually, they take an extra day or so anyway here. So I'm sure if it hasn't hit as of yet, it will come the next day or so. So I've seen the confirmation because you sent me the tracking thing. So I've seen it's all gone through and it's been processed from your end and Wise's end. It's just my bank. And anyone who knows the banking system here, they know it's a little bit slow. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. So you're over in Dubai. What we did, because the methods of withdrawal for people that don't know are BTC, TransferWise, pretty much any type of crypto you can do. We can do PayPal. So really any payment method. We don't have Skrill for those that are asking right now, but he did choose to do TransferWise. So what we did was send him the link so you can track it. Like he said, he's just waiting for it to clear due to the time difference. But obviously we wanted to hop on and do the interview once that was kind of confirmed. So good thing that it is. I just want to first and foremost, during this past month, we definitely have run into a few different challenges thus far, a few different issues. So you maybe want to talk about, maybe 2 issues that you've had and whether they've been addressed and whatnot thus far.
Yeah, I guess you could put them down to teething issues. Obviously, you guys are pretty new, and with the brokers, there was one, because I think I was with Global Prime, right, when I first started the funded account, and then I had to switch to FX Choice. So I was, an FX Choice, obviously, the spread's a bit wide and whatever, and so I'm not the only one. I'm sure a few other people have mentioned it's not the most ideal and trading conditions at the best of times. So that was a bit of a thing, and then that got quickly resolved. To be fair to your credit, you moved over to Nash Markets really quickly, so I didn't have to deal with those bigger spreads and commissions and stuff for too long. So I think that was the main thing that came up whilst I had the funded account.
Yeah, I can recall one thing. So we had, because we are copying our traders, and what we've done in the beginning was, I believe you were trading what, US 30, and you were trading US 30, and it was like a very, it was a scalping, strategy where it's very in and out, with higher volume with the lot sizes. So one thing that we had to do was we had to transfer Mutaib from the Global Prime. We were having an issue with them because it wasn't set up correctly on our end.
There was the spreads were widening, right, with the bigger lot sizes or something.
Yeah, we were. So normally on a live account, the spreads will widen with a larger lot size, but since we're trading on the demo accounts, you can get away with basically plugging in 50 lots, 100 lots, and the spread will not be variable. It won't adjust, which is not realistic to market conditions. So when we were going to copy the trades, to the live account, we were having an issue where basically we had, negative however much money due to the spreads, and your demo account was positive, because it wasn't, mimicking the right whatever. So we had to make it. Yeah,
in my experience, because that comes down to the broker, I think, because I've traded large lot sizes before, and the spread didn't widen. But
Yeah,
obviously
it
I've only
does come
used a
down.
couple of
It does
brokers.
come
So I
down to
think
the broker. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I was a bit surprised at the time. But like I said, put it down to teething issues or whatever, and it got resolved in the end. So
Yep. Yeah. So what we did was distribute, let's have a new account. Currently, the funded accounts are with Nash Markets. So that is the broker that we're using for the people that are actually funded at the moment.
mm,
But as people know, the updates I've been putting out, we will be getting our new brokers set up within pretty much the next week or 2 weeks. I mean, we have
yeah,
access right now. It just really comes down to testing and making sure all the parameters are set up the way that we kind of requested them to be. So
yeah,
once that's all done away with, all the challenges, all the funded accounts will all be on the same server, which is extremely important. The spreads will be pretty raw. The commissions will be most likely around $7 per lot at first. We'll look to start scaling them down. It is what it is. We'll have to create some
yeah.
volume in order to be able to get the commissions and the
Mm.
spreads as low as everyone would like it to be. So at the end of the day, we are fairly new. So
Yeah, exactly. Like even FTMO and whatever, they initially, if I remember correctly, had commission on a lot of their instruments as well. So it
yeah,
takes time.
yeah.
I can deal with the commissions. It's the high spreads usually I think annoy people more than anything else, personally.
Yeah, no, we've obviously heard different perspectives from a lot of different people. Some people, the commissions is what affects them because they're
Yeah.
scalping and they have such small stop losses and they're entering like 50 lots. Then it's like, oh, all of a sudden,
True.
it's almost like a combination. If the spreads are going to be average and the commissions are high,
Yeah,
then you're really getting walked over. But if the spreads are really low, then it's not as bad with the commissions. I mean, best case scenario, spreads and commissions are obviously as low as they can be, but it's a work in progress, and all we can do is make some progress from where we're at right now. Which,
yes.
considering the feedback we've gotten, it's almost like anything would be better at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Compared to an epic choice, I do agree with that. Yeah,
yeah, it's unfortunate, but it just comes down to having the access that we need to be able to monitor the accounts, and but also to do the account creation and whatnot, because we need to make adjustments to the balances sometimes when there's issues and everything. So if we don't have that type of access, which unfortunately what was the case with Global Prime, we're not able to utilize a broker, and not many brokers are going to give away that access at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So we're making the transition. We have the access we need with our own broker, which is why we chose to go that way. So that's to come soon. So over the course of the month, how did your strategy change? Just to make everyone aware, unfortunately, Mutaib recently lost the account due to the daily drawdown.
Yeah, daily drawdown. Yeah, I mean, what happened the previous month where I earned the payout, my first full month. Initially, I think I mentioned my last video as well. It was a bit of a combination of scalping, day trading, and swing trading. Mainly swing trading the FX, and then scalping the indices. So that kind of continued in the last couple of weeks of the funded account when I got my payout, but it was pretty heavy on the scalping, to be honest. The thing is, I found personally the summer months, July and August, quite slow. Like there's not much volume, nothing really, for me at least. It didn't get going, so I just decided to scalp, and that worked. And then it didn't work this week, unfortunately, and the account kind of got away from me a little bit. Got a couple losses, and then a few bad days together kind of snowballed, and I lost the daily drawdown, and I was pretty much close to the max drawdown because it was like 2 really bad days or 3 bad days, and it just kind of caught up with me.
Yeah, I'll also say, I mean, this past month has been pretty terrible, even for myself. I mean, the conditions are not favorable. The volume has been low at times, and then just picks up. So it's like, the summertime, there's always lower liquidity, and it's not the best time to trade anyway.
Yeah, I think next summer I'll probably just go on holiday in August and forget about trading because it's just not worth it. I feel like
Yeah, once Q4 rolls around, it'll pick up again once the
Yeah,
fall and people are
yeah,
back kind of from, the vacation, the money starts moving and everything. But I've
exactly.
definitely noticed it over the last couple of years. The summertime is not as favorable and
No, that's right.
the
Yeah.
conditions
Well, they
are
always say that.
constantly changing. So, it's unfortunate because I know what you mean this where basically you went down a certain amount and then it was almost like it was hard to navigate once you got down after those two
Yeah,
bad days.
yeah. It just kind of snowballed. I think a Thursday was my first day of my second month being funded. Thursday, Friday were flat. I couldn't really get going. I just kind of hit a lot of break evens or whatever. And then Monday, I think I was down only like 1 or 2%. And then Tuesday, I tried to sort of recover it, made it worth. And then yesterday, Wednesday, I just did the same thing as Tuesday. And before I knew it, it was just it's got away from me. Really, it was end of the day. It was my fault. Obviously, I should have been a bit more sensible and not carried away. But yeah, these
Yeah,
things happen sometimes.
what would you probably have done for those out there that are watching this that maybe they've never gotten a funded account, they're trying to learn. What would you have
Yeah.
done differently in that situation?
Um, so look, everyone has good days and bad days, and everyone will suffer a loss. It's part of the game. It's the nature of the beast. But what I should have done is not be impatient and greedy, I suppose. Like when I got the loss, a couple percent on the Monday, I did the right thing and I kind of just stepped away from things. 1 or 2%, it's not going to kill your account. But then on Tuesday, when I try to recover it, I think I went in a bit too hard on the lot size on the scalping. I think I had like 18 trading days left, you know. So I should have been a bit more sensible, taken small wins, uh, and managed it better. I was just too eager to recover the account or the losses as quickly as possible, and you end up taking too much risk really, and you don't cut your losses. If you can't accept a small loss, you'll end up suffering a big loss.
That's really what it comes down to when you have these snowballs of losses. It's all psychological.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're starting to put on too much risk. You're starting to take trades based on a reactionary state as opposed to like I have a plan. I'm going to be disciplined. It's very interesting. We have seen. I'm going to make a video where basically we go over because we are seeing a lot of the people with the funded accounts really flop them. Obviously, you did get your what was it about? It was like 8,000 or something.
Yeah, it was pretty much exactly $8,000. Yeah.
Yeah, so you did get your $8,000 payment, but some of these people are literally failing the account in the first week, which to me is pretty wild considering the performance in the phase 1 and 2, and then to get the account to flop it really fast.
Yeah.
It's really just psychological. I mean, you get the account, you get like obviously for you, you've made it through the first month, you got your first payout. It's a testament to your level of resilience,
Yeah.
to having the account. At this point, what is your plan, for the next month and moving forward, considering the situation you're in?
Yeah, I mean, just go again. I mean, I got the payout, put some of that towards starting again, I guess, with you guys and getting another challenge and starting again. I mean, I'm not going to quit. It doesn't make sense to just be like, okay, cool, got one payout, I'm done with it. That's not how it works. Not for me anyway. Yeah, just go again. I mean, sooner rather than later, you learn from your mistakes, right? So I did something right. That's the thing. It's like I did something right to pass the 2 stages of the challenge and then to actually get a good payout as well. So I know I can do it. I know I'm doing the right things. It's just a case of discipline, right? Training ultimately comes down to discipline. Even if you have a average plan, if you don't risk too much and you have good discipline in you don't let sort of the negativity and the losses get out of hand, and you start, if you stop doing the stupid things like risking too much to cover a loss and all these sorts of things and revenge trading and blah blah blah, you're sensible, and there's no reason why you can't make a good career out of it, I think. So yeah, I just got to remind myself of the positive things and just start again. I mean, like you said, I got the payout, so there's no reason why I can't put a bit of that towards another challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some of the other funded accounts, and you definitely were one of the most consistent ones over the course of the first month, you know, which like you said, which means you were definitely doing something right, you know, up
Yeah.
until that point. So
Mm.
we got to make some adjustments, come back strong. It sounds like, you know, unfortunately, we don't have with our firm any sort of reset for the
Yeah.
phase two or the funded at this time. So it's like he's got to start back again. But it is, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And I like how you have the positive attitude about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't quit, right? I mean, if you want to quit, that's depends on your nature. It's not in my nature just to give up like that. Just go again.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, let's see here. So it sounds like you're gonna get another account. You know, the new broker, the new dashboard, all of that will be out soon. You know, so definitely looking forward to getting you involved with that.
Yeah.
Everyone that's wondering, we are gonna try to put into some sort of transition plan for everyone that's currently in the challenge. The only thing is, you know, if people are in the middle of a challenge and we give them a new account, you know, we have to kind of verify that you haven't failed before we give you the new account. You know what I mean? Because all your data from the other account is going to
Yeah.
be gone, obviously. So we're working through right now what that's going to look like. But best case scenario, over the course of like one weekend, we literally just transition everyone onto the new server, the new dashboards. That way, you know, you don't have to doubt whether your equity drawdown has hit or, you know, whatever, any of your stats are not up to date with the dashboard. Everything will be pretty much live with all the new tech. So from my standpoint, looking forward to you getting back on, obviously trading, and then getting to experience all the new stuff that's coming, because literally you've been with us pretty much since the very beginning.
Yeah, you know, I look forward to it. I'm excited to see this new broker and the conditions and stuff with that, and the dashboard and stuff always helps just to keep on top of things, which is important too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I probably will give it a week or two to sort of reset and then go again, I think. Or I might wake up tomorrow and be like, forget it, let's just start. I don't know. I don't know yet. Let's see. I might give it a few days. I don't know.
Yeah. So what is like your, I guess at this point, what is your biggest recommendation for us, you know, moving forward? And yeah, let's hear it.
If you'd asked me that a few weeks ago, I'd have said the broker, because that's the biggest thing. But it looks like you guys are imminently changing that. Dashboard is a nicety as far as I'm concerned. You just need to check a few things. If you know what you're doing with your trading, all the stats and stuff might help to track it. But you want to track like the drawdowns and stuff. That's important because sometimes you worry like, oh, did I suddenly breach it? But again, you guys are on top of it. I think that if there's one thing based on what just happened to me, I'd say an account reset type thing. That might be beneficial. I don't know how realistic that is. I think a couple of firms offer it, but yeah, I mean, if it was like you pay X percentage of whatever the challenge was to get your funded account reset, I think that would be beneficial to. I think every trader would say yes. That's something they would like, because it gives you that kind of safety net reassurance or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I mean,
first.
psychologically, it also could make a big significant difference knowing that you kind of do have that available to you.
Yeah, it just makes you. I think it makes you probably a little bit more calm, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because when things start going downhill, then you naturally, no matter how strong you are, will start to panic a little bit. And if you're inexperienced, you're going to panic a lot. But if you know, you can say like whatever the 100K challenge, I think is what 550. If you said, oh, it's 75% or 50% of that cost to reset it, and you think, okay, cool, like worst case scenario, I pay that and I just go again instead of having to think, oh no, I gotta pay the whole thing, and then I got to do the challenge again, both steps, and then it feels like a long way away before you're back to the position you're currently in when you sort of messed up. So I think that would stop and encourage a lot of traders not to quit as well and stay with the company in general. So I think that would be the main thing. Off the top of my head, yeah, I think that's the main thing.
Cool. Well, that's definitely something that we're going to consider. Like I told you, in our messages, something we'd have to model out and see how we can, implement as a business. But obviously, thank you for the recommendation, and thanks again for trusting us kind of from the get-go, and at this point, pretty much growing with us. You've been very, very flexible with everything that's going on, so we really appreciate that too.
No, not at all. It's all good. No
Yeah, so everyone watching the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Funded Trader Challenge. This is only the beginning. We've got some bigger payouts coming this month. I'm looking right now. We got a couple of people that are up like 20K right now, even above there. So we've got some big things coming. We're excited to roll it all out. And once again, thanks, Mutaib, and best of luck in your new challenge. If you need anything, let me know.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for your time. It's good talking to you.